Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well today. On this video, you are going to get a quick look at exactly what is aggregate supply. So what exactly is aggregate supply? And this video is designed to give you a quick overview of what is meant by aggregate supply. It's of course designed for students who are enrolled in an economics course somewhere on this planet, or it's just anyone out there who's interested in understanding a little bit more about the economic activity that's going on around you. All right, so what's aggregate supply? Well, the first thing is, listen, don't get all freaked out by what this word means or aggregate. Aggregate just means, check it, total. It's another way of saying total. So what's the total supply of things in an economy, right? And this is the same concept of microeconomics, supply or demand and supply, but in this case just supply, expanded to consider a country's entire economy, the aggregate. So if you're going to make something, let's say you want to make pizza and sell them at the county fair, what do? Well, you supply pizzas. So aggregate is just a collection of all of the supply that's going on, all of the things, goods, pizza, and services, education, healthcare, insurance, things like that are created in a domestic economy, in a country, and add it all up. And that gives a total. It's like 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, right? You just add up all of the supply, all of the things being made in your particular country, and you come up with, guess what? A total. And in economics, we call that a fancy word called aggregate. So we're really looking at the total supply in a country at a given period of time. And this means what all consumers and all producers and all markets are going to come together on this one really beautiful diagram, which is called the aggregate supply and aggregate demand diagram, which if you're a student in economics, you're going to learn very, very shortly. It's really cool, and economics is awesome because it creates all of these secondary thought processes. And I even had a professor in university when I was studying economics who told me, listen, there's no such thing as politics, it's just economics. And if you think about it, it's pretty true. And aggregate supply is one element of an economy. There are things that people want to buy, that's aggregate demand. And then there are the things that the government, the things that the economy produces or supplies, and you need to know the total sum of all of those things. And then you can start figuring out how to manage the economy more effectively, because without that data, guess what? You're not going to be able to do it, okay? So aggregate supply, a critically important piece of information for your repertoire in your studies of macroeconomics. Well, there you have it, my friends, a good look at aggregate supply and what it means. Combined with aggregate demand, aggregate supply creates this beautiful equilibrium that if you're in a course, you're of course going to get to a point where you're going to draw a diagram that's going to include both aggregate demand and aggregate supply. But understanding what aggregate supply is an incredibly informative thing as you walk around this planet, as I just said in this video. Listen, congratulations on choosing a course of study in economics. It'll never let you down. All this information you are learning will stay with you for the rest of your life and inform you not just about the economic decisions that you might make, but also about the economic decisions that politicians make around this world that affect our lives. All right, my friends, be good to one another out there. Be good to yourselves as well. And we'll talk to you in a bit.